For this edition of Access All Areas Explores, we're at the Royal Albert Hall. We're here to meet the team from Ginger Ale. So obviously Ginger Ale was launched 12 years ago, but you've been working with Teenage Cancer Trust for over 20 years. You've been in this industry for a long time. Could you kind of talk us through that, how that works, how many core members of the team there are, and also how that kind of expands out when it comes to bringing in freelancers?
Yeah, so we've got a core team. So there's Julie and myself as directors, and we've got a staffing team, and then we've got our sort of core event management team, who would each lead on their own projects. And then within that, we would bring in our core freelancers, some of whom have worked with us since before we even had Ginger Ale and all the way through. They've all got a specific set of skills, so some might specialise in accreditation, some specialise in artist liaison, some have got a touring background, so that we can really pick and choose to deliver the most specific skill set to the job to make sure that the right people are doing them. And then beyond that, we've also got a pool of about 700 freelancers that we can use sort of on specific events, again, due to their skill set or their location, just to make sure that we're delivering the best team for what the client needs.
And how much of a focus is it to kind of really make sure that the Ginger Ale crew really are kind of getting the best kind of working conditions and treatment?
I think for us, it's the second biggest investment that we make, is looking after our people and making sure that they're happy, because then they can deliver the best quality service for our clients. And really that's our primary driver, to make sure that the frontline staff are greeting people, they're happy, they're well rested, they're well trained, they know what they're doing. So one of our functions of our staffing team is to make sure that everybody has received a proper and full and thorough induction into not only how to do their job, but how we expect them to perform. We invest in uniform. We make sure that that's all sustainably sourced. We invest very heavily in their training. So all of our full-time team are mental health first aiders. We also invest in GDPR training, because it's very important that they're handling such sensitive data, that they must be prepared and ready, and they know how to treat that data. And it really is important for us to be able to speak with truth, to give our clients confidence that they know that the people who are handling that data for their event do know how to do that properly.
So I'm with Des Murphy, the producer of the Teenage Cancer Trust series of gigs. So obviously Ginger Ale have just in the process of rolling out Go All Areas.
Yep.
I mean, it's a new system, and I'm sure you haven't had a chance to completely road test it yet, but how do you feel that that's going to benefit the operations of the business?
From what I've seen of it, it's, I almost called it like a robot version of Ginger Ale. It basically is a piece of software that does everything you need for an event, as well as advancing everything. So basically it's like having a mini production team at your fingertips.
So I'm here with Julie and Nancy, very rarely seen in the same room together at the same time because of their extremely busy schedules throughohout the year. When it comes to actual use of Go All Areas, it's an early stage obviously of being rolled out across a lot of the events that you work on, but if it's not too early to ask this, what have been the kind of learnings so far?
It has been designed and led by our team, who are event specialists, and I think that's one of the key things that we offer, that the design is by people who understand how events work, rather than been written by technology providers. We're trying to make it just a platform that is easy to use for our clients, but also the suppliers, the end suppliers who are using it. And then because our team go with that system, they're specialists as well and can really support those suppliers and clients in the whole process from start to finish. So it's just really watch this space from now. We're still building and expanding.
So Nancy, I guess there's real advantages to event operators when they use this system year in, year out. Could you just talk us through some ways those the advantages might sort of materialise really?
So one of the key functions of the system is the data, and the subsequent analysis of that data. So in the first year, if you're using catering scanning, for example, you can then collate numbers and you can see from the scans when the busiest times are. You can see where the drop-off is. You can also use that data for your catering numbers and therefore reducing wastage before you even get to that point. So year on year, the data analysis is really, really crucial and is a key point to the system and how useful it is. And that can be applied not only in catering, but also pass ordering, pass stock wastage. And then obviously both of those elements have a huge sustainability impact as well.
So Josh, obviously we're here with the 2 scanners. We had a conversation earlier on, and one thing that really kind of blew my mind was the fact that you can scan something like 60 people in a second. Is that right?
Yeah. So these readers have got a reading capacity of 60 scans a second. We can increase that by putting multiple units out and different types of antennas. But yeah, 60 a second.
Wow. So what's behind that? What's the sort of the technology that's enabling that?
So this, for the long range scanners, is UHF RFID, which is very common in inventory management and that sort of thing. It puts out a pulse, and the pulse powers a chip inside the pass and then sends the signal back. We can put a chip inside of anything. It could be inside of a laminate, it can be inside of a paper or a Tyvek wristband, it could be inside a fabric wristband. It could be a sticker we can put inside of a paper pass. So it's very versatile. You can put it in anything really.
And what are the kind of security considerations when it comes to ensuring those passes aren't passed on to other people or copied?
Yeah, so this gets around the problem of people having fake or duplicate passes or handing passes out. So each chip is linked to a person digitally. The number inside the chip is encoded to that person. It's very, very hard or almost impossible to duplicate. When someone walks by a scanner, their face, their job role, and whether they're allowed in the zone will come up on the screen. Right. So it's very easy for a security guard to pull out anyone who's not meant to be there, right, and identify someone who hasn't got a real pass or hasn't got one that's digitally verified.
We're in, the event series is in the 25th year, isn't it?
Yes,
and
correct.
Have you been in this beautiful venue since the very beginning?
I feel like I've never left this beautiful venue since the very beginning. Yeah, I was a guest on the first night. The first night was Who and Friends. So as it implies, it was just the Who, and they invited some special friends to come up and perform Who songs with them. Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller, Eddie Vedder, Bryan Adams, Kelly Jones and Nigel Kennedy. Is there anyone else? I think that's everyone. I hope I've mentioned everyone. And it was such a successful night. It was only ever supposed to be one night. It was so successful that Noel, for example, said, well, that was great. Can we come back and do it with Oasis? Everyone was like, yeah, of course. And Paul came back with his solo thing. Kelly Jones and Stereophonics. Eddie's been back multiple times. And it just sort of organically grew from one night to the event it is now, which is 7 nights. And I've been working as Roger Daltrey's co-producer for, I suppose, about 18 years now. I've been producing the shows, and we're very proud of them. We're really proud of the good reputation we built over the years, which is down to a lot of the great teams and suppliers that we work with. Work with some incredible artists, and a lot of them come back because they really enjoy the experience. So we're doing something right. So it is a very unique, complex show. And again, you know, I don't work on, this is the only show I work on, but I've been told by other people, yeah, it's quite unique in that respect. And like I say, we must be doing something right, because people come back multiple times, and we've got some really incredible supporters. And so, yeah.
We've come to the end of our time at the Royal Albert Hall for the Teenage Cancer Trust shows. But it's just the start of a packed event season for Ginger Ale and their brand new technology, Go All Areas.